Hello and welcome to Car Dealer Live. My name is James Batchelor, and today on the show we have G3 Remarketing Director Matt Dale on the show, and he joins me now. Hello, Matt.
Hi, how you doing, James? Okay?
I'm very well, thank you. Lovely to have you on. So we're going to be talking about auctions in this show, and obvious place to start is with the market. So, Matt, how would you describe the current auctions market?
Well, currently the market is still very strong. So we've been online only from April of this year due to the lockdown for COVID. April, May, June and July, exceptionally strong months. August, we have seen a slight downturn in business in terms of values and conversion rates. Prices and vehicles are very much more sensitive towards damage now. But up to that point, it's been an exceptionally strong market. Throughout the lockdown period that we've had, in excess of 1,700 accounts have been created, so new online accounts. So it really has driven that online traffic, and it's been a really buoyant period for our vendors and for our less so for the buyers, unfortunately, but definitely for the vendors. I think conversion rates have been around 90 to 95% for the majority of time, but that has petered off slightly over the last few weeks. Just to becoming a little more selective in terms of what they're willing to buy and how much they're willing to pay for those vehicles.
So obviously there's been a prolonged period of online sales. Auction rooms have had to close, and most of us are slowly waking up again. I mean, is there actually a future for physical auction sites, or do you think they'll just be digital only?
Good question. I think there definitely is. There's been an accelerated change over the last 2 or 3 years towards a digital only operation by certain players. I think the COVID situation has changed that as well as accelerated that slightly as well. However, from our position, we're looking at the way we can operate as a business, but we still very much believe that a physical auction route combined with the digital channel is very, very important to our vendors. Both the buyers and the sellers both embrace that physical auction environment, as well as having the digital channels to complement it. So we as an operation very much feel that digital and physical operation will work well together going forward. Some of the larger national players maybe have a slightly different opinion of that. From an economic perspective, running a physical auction is expensive, it's costly, and there are definitely efficiency savings when you do it purely online. However, is that as beneficial for the buyers and sellers as much as it is for the operators? I think the jury's still out on that, to be honest. I think from our side, we are looking at creating the best solution for the operation, and for our perspective, we're investing in bricks and mortar to expand our operation in a physical footprint by bringing the electronic elements into that as well.
Mm-hmm. And of course, there are some buyers out there who want to actually see the stock that they're buying, don't they? Whereas others are more than happy to transact digitally.
Yeah, and we look pre-COVID, 65% of our stock was sold to physical buyers in the whole. So those buyers still are in the market to buy, and they still want to physically touch and feel the vehicles. And yes, those have had to transition online, but there is still a pent-up demand for people going to physical auctions. And as soon as we feel it's safe that we can open our operation as a physical and online entity, we'll definitely do that, and that's part of our future. So we are not in any way looking at an online only, non-contactless operation whatsoever.
Yeah. And I suppose proof of that, obviously, is the fact that you're investing in bricks and mortar, because I hear you're going to be opening a new facility.
We are. That's a real, it's our news at this moment in time. So, yeah, in January of 2021, we're opening a new purpose-built facility. We believe it's the UK's first purpose-built, independently owned operation in nearly 20 years. So it's a big investment. £12 million, 14 acres with a capacity to sell up to 50,000 vehicles a year, which also includes vehicle preparation as well. So a huge change for us in terms of our current facilities and the future of our business. We're going to be located very close to the A1, M62, M1 interchanges, so really easily accessible. The centre of the north, we believe, but with the digital experience as well, we're encompassing the two elements, so both physical and online. In terms of the new site, there's a lot going on. So there is a significant amount of investment in technology to run that site. So it is more an environment that we're welcoming people to, with new technology in ANPRs, geolocation for vehicle locations. One of the first in the UK to have a drive-through AI vehicle inspection facility, which will appraise a vehicle within 5 seconds. So an immense change to the way that we operate currently. We've got multi-lanes for the auction halls, multi-lanes for the inspection and the imaging studio. So it's a massive, massive investment for ourselves, and we're trying to create that destination, I suppose. So it embraces that physical element plus the online element, and bring them together, and just change the way that people perceive auctions, and in particular independent auctions as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, from pictures that I've seen of the site, you're future-proofing the business really, because you've got electric car charging points as well. And of course, that's going to be a big issue moving forwards, is getting electric cars through auction halls, isn't it? You've got to make sure they're actually topped up.
And this is a problem for all physical auctions, for any storage facility as well. So yeah, part and parcel of what we've done is we put provision in to allow the site to scale to up to 250 independent charging points. So it's vast, it's a huge investment, and that will be scaled up as those type of vehicles start to enter the marketplace. So in terms of that future proofing of our business, we've built these premises really for the next sort of 10 to 20 years, and the facilities and the capacity is in there and ready to be tapped into as and when those vehicles start coming off fleets and be coming into that remarketing. Because unfortunately, we can't just put any petrol in them, start them up, and away that we go. So it's all changed. So we've got to move with the times, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah. It sounds incredibly impressive. I mean, do you think this is actually going to change the marketplace, this site?
Well, the facilities will definitely change. And I think it's been a case that there is a big proportion of buyers that still physically want to come and touch and feel and look at vehicles. The market has changed significantly, I think, over the last few years, and there are others that are expecting that to change even further over the next 3 to 5 years. And I think there is always a marketplace for a joined up omni-channel type of approach when it comes to remarketing the vehicles. And we feel that that physical remarketing with the digital side is very much the way forward, not just a digital only. So in terms of where we've got and change in the marketplace, in 2018, we launched a network of about, 30 at that time, 35 different locations as of today, of delivery and distribution hubs. So nationwide, Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales and England. And that gave us overnight, literally a full UK nationwide presence. And whilst we only have one physical remarketing centre at this moment in time, that enables us to be a nationwide player, a national player, while attracting stock from other suppliers up and down the UK, and either selling those remotely off-site, or also bringing those back to our facility and remarketing through the physical room. It all depends on that blended remarketing solution, what the client wants. We're not dictating that they must sell online or they must sell physically. It's entirely down to them, but we've got the services and the facilities to be able to accommodate that now. And that new centre will be a massive leap ahead for, I think, all independent auctions. So, we are competing in a very competitive marketplace. And I think it demonstrates that for all smaller auctions and more independent auctions, that we're evolving as a business. And if we invest in the bricks and mortar and the technology, there's no reason why we can't compete in this marketplace. Yeah. But we have to evolve, and that's a big thing.
Well, it sounds incredibly exciting. I mean, do keep in touch with us on the development of the site. I do wish you the best of luck with it. But thanks very much for joining us, Matt. Absolutely fascinating. If you want to be involved in a car dealer live just like this one, then please do get in touch. But until next time, Thank you very much indeed, and bye-bye.